This is a stunning number from Bernie Sanders. Again, $34.5 million.
There you have MJ Lee on CNN revealing that at least of the candidates who've revealed their Q4 fundraising dollars, Bernie Sanders has shattered everything. Over $34 million raised. Ryan Grimm joins us once again, contributor to TYT and also of The Intercept. What do you think about this result? Were you predicting anything like this?
Well, if you're on his emails, as I assume you are as well, you've seen kind of one of the biggest rampings up towards the end of a quarter that they've probably ever done, and in a much more sophisticated way than they've done before. He's to a significant degree. Sanders has the same team doing his email fundraising that he had in 2015 and 2016, and they are, I think inarguably the best in politics at doing this. And so all of the things that they learned in 2016, they're now bringing to bear in 2019 and 2020. And so, they had a different approach for different types of donors. They were reaching out to people who, and people were forwarding me the different emails that they were getting. Like if you had given several contributions of $10, $20, but at one point you gave $250, they would reach out to you with a kind of an automated email that looked kind of personalized. It said, look, the biggest contribution you ever gave was $250. Our average donation is down to $14. That's great. We love that we have so many small dollar givers, but we also need to compete against people who are bringing in $2,800 a pop. And so can you give us $250 again, like you did last time? People who had never given, they were reaching out and saying, we know you've never given before, but could you, can you give $2.70 just to get going? They brought in 300,000 new donors in this quarter. They brought in 40,000 brand new donors on the last day, December 31st, a single day. 40,000 new, trying to hit this 5 million number, which some of the people doing the email fundraising were even on the Howard Dean campaign, which kind of pioneered this idea of setting these difficult to reach goals. Because a lot of campaigns in the past would set a goal that they knew that they were going to hit, so then they could celebrate hitting the goal they knew they were going to hit. What Dean did differently is he wasn't sure if he was going to hit it, and trusted in his people and his supporters to hit it. So they put out this 5 million donor number, and that knowing they could fail. And people stepped up and gave big time. So I wasn't sure exactly what the number was going to look like, but I knew that they had kind of pulled out all the stops to make it happen. And to get 300,000 new donors shows that the idea that Sanders' base can't be expanded, that's kind of the knock on him. That yes, he's got his vibrant support, but there's a ceiling. It shows that there are new people out there that can be activated.
And I mean, that's 5 million overall. No one else, as far as we know, has reached 3 million. We do know that some other candidates have done pretty well. Buttigieg raised 24.7 million. That is a lot. Andrew Yang raised 16.5 million, which is, I don't think, I wasn't expecting that. I don't know if anyone was.
He wasn't. He was expecting about 12 million, it sounds like.
Sounds like it would have been pretty amazing for him even at 12.
Yeah, and I think his supporters, recognized that there was a good chance that he won't make the January debates, and wanted to do everything they possibly could to try to forestall that.
Yeah. So I do want to touch on one other aspect of this, and let me know if you think that we're splitting hairs here. But so a lot of people have been spreading around these dueling headlines from the New York Times about the results that were revealed today. So the first is for Bernie Sanders. It's Bernie Sanders says he raised 34.5 million in the fourth quarter. Mr. Sanders' total is the largest 3-month haul disclosed by any Democratic candidate so far, but he trailed President Trump, whose campaign reportedly raised 46 million in the quarter. And then you contrast that with the Pete Buttigieg one. Pete Buttigieg's campaign says it raised 24.7 million. Mr. Buttigieg, who appears in strong position in Iowa with a month until the caucuses, continues to show fundraising strength. So, but if Sanders is trailing Trump, well then Buttigieg is trailing him by a lot more. And so I think that that's a weird way to present those same facts.
Right. Another way to present it would be, Buttigieg raised half of what Trump raised, or Trump crushed Buttigieg, or Sanders was the closest to matching Trump, even given the size of the Democratic field. So I think you're right. It's not it's not something I'd kind of storm the Bastille over, but it certainly is indicative of a pattern of when there's a negative story on Sanders, it's on the front page. If there's positive news, they figure out a way to get a butt in there.
Yeah.
And for the Buttigieg, on the other hand, positive news goes on the front page, and there really aren't many efforts made to kind of discount it in any way, and which isn't kind of fair to the reader, because Buttigieg would have to win a general election if he won the nomination, and so it is fair to compare what he raised to his opponent in the general election.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this clip from The Damage Report. For more content from the show and access to TYT Network members-only exclusives, go to tyt.com/Brooke. Wait, no, it's tyt.com/John. Go to tyt.com/John to sign up.